Well, good afternoon. It seems that virtually every day brings more news confirming New York City's strong standing and bright future, and I think the news out this morning demonstrates exactly that, so this is a good day for New York. We've learned great news about the single most reliable indicator of our city's health. According to the latest estimates from the U.S. Census Bureau, our population has hit a new official record high. People vote with their feet. In the end, that's what really matters. And record high population says that people want to come here. For the first time since 1950, there is now a net inflow of people to New York. That means more people are coming rather than leaving. And that reverses a trend that has been a fact of life for decades, and that a number of pundits have talked about when they predicted the end of New York City.
According to the Coalition for the Homeless, each year 100,000 New Yorkers experience homelessness. In June 2013, there were an all-time record 50,900 homeless people, including 12,100 homeless families, with 21,300 homeless children sleeping each night in the New York City municipal shelter system. Families comprise 3/4 of the homeless shelter population, while thousands more sleep on city streets and in other public places.
Raindrops of loose and shards trickle down and splinter brown green yards. Twisted metal and wood do tricks contortionists never could. Gates waving at the streets as it dances, rolls to the beats. The trees bob and touch their ears to screaming nobody hears.
The number of homeless New Yorkers sleeping each night in shelters is now 61% higher than in January 2002, when Mayor Bloomberg took office. Nearly 1 in 20 New York City residents have experienced homelessness. Furthermore, there are over 1,000 soup kitchens and food pantries in New York City and 2,700 in New York State, serving 2 million New Yorkers annually. These kitchens will be stretched to their limits as they will serve 60 million meals this year to hungry men, women, and children. Even at that rate, they're still forced to turn away over 2,500 people on a daily basis. While there are several reasons for this spike, it is believed that the primary culprit is a lack of decent, affordable housing, especially for the lowest income New Yorkers. Median rent in the city has increased by almost 9% over the past half-decade, while wages have dropped by about 7% after adjusting for inflation. Today, roughly half of low-income New Yorkers pay more than 50% of their monthly income on rent, often leaving them one paycheck away from losing their home.
My name is Reggie Shabazz Bland. I'm 43. Born and raised in New York City, Harlem.
How long have you been homeless?
Right now for a minute, like a couple of months, like 7 months.
Hi, I'm Venus Williams. I'm not the tennis player, but my name is Venus Williams. I've been homeless off and on for about 20 years now. This is my second go round. By the grace of God, it should be my last because I have cancer, okay? And I wasn't trying to let nobody know. This is the first time I'm speaking about it because I've always been honest with an individual. But by the grace of God, I should be off the street. If not, I'm gonna take my SSI check and find me a room.
Isaac.
Isaac. Where are you from, Isaac? Are you originally from New York?
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. How long you been homeless?
Like a year and a half, I guess. 2 years now.
2 years here in the city?
Well, I went back to Philadelphia for a little bit and like was living with my mom for a second there, and then I came back up here for a job and got a place and worked there for a couple months, but then it wasn't a permanent job. I thought it was, but it wasn't. It was just like they needed me for like a month and a half for all the Fashion Week stuff. So then, you know, I just used the last of my money to pay for a room, and then when that ran out and I couldn't get more work, I got back out here.
How long you been out here homeless?
About 30 years.
30 years.
About that. About that, yeah.
Wow. How did you become homeless?
Long story.
Long story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you always homeless here in New York, or were you?
Yeah, always in New York. I was born and raised in New York.
Okay. Okay. Have you ever worked with any of the outreach teams, or?
No, I don't like outreach.
Oh, you don't like what's the problem with them?
They put the police on me because I wouldn't talk to them. That's why I don't talk to them.
Oh wow. What's your name?
Brad.
Brad.
Brad Merrick.
And you're currently homeless?
Yes, I am.
How long you been homeless, Brad?
I've been homeless for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been homeless for a very long time.
What's a long time? How many years would you say?
If I were to tell you all the years, you know, like, let me see if I
add
can
them
figure
up.
it out.
If you can add up all the years.
All right. I'm trying to calculate in my head now. In round figures, it's about 24 years.
Oh yeah, I have support. I just don't want my family to see me like this, so I hide. Okay, my brother came out here looking for me. My oldest son came out here looking for me. I was getting high at the time and turned the corner and ran into my son and got the shit scared out of me.
When this first happened to me, you know, I called her up and kept leaving the same message on the machine because I was like blacked out, and I kept repeating myself and leaving the same message. You think like I'm her only child, she would have like came to New York and been like, oh, like where is he? I gotta get him, but you know, she didn't. She doesn't really care. And her whole thing is like, as long as I'm not costing her money, she doesn't care. You know, she doesn't want to spend a dime for anything. And when I do go over to her house or anything, like, you know, I have to pay for being there. You know, like it's not like, you know, I don't have like one of those families where it's like, oh, all right, you know, here, come in, have something to eat. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you know, you ate that. That was like $5.
All I got left is sisters. All my brothers died.
Oh, okay. All right. You have any kids, Sean?
I got 2 grandkids.
Get out of here. You're a grandfather?
Yes, I am.
Wow. Do you get to see them? You get to enjoy
No,
them?
I don't want to see them because I gave my daughter a whole lot of money. If I go around, she's gonna try to give it back to me. So I don't want it.
You don't want the money that you
Nope.
gave? Why don't you want the money?
Because I gave it to her.
So, and you don't want her to give...
I don't want her to give it back to me or give me part of it. I don't want none of it.
So if she came to you and said, Dad, would you come live with me? Would you do that?
I had to think about it a while.
Think about it? Yeah.
I can go home if I want to, but I choose to be out here because I don't want certain family members in my business, or you shouldn't do this, I shouldn't do that. So it is what it is. I'm a grown man. I know right from wrong. I know what to do and all that. And since I've been out here, through the grace of God, I ain't been in no trouble. I ain't looking for no trouble.
They're drug abusers, users. They walk around the street, they urinate, defecate, scream and yell. They're just uncivil.
Walking city streets with warm coats on our backs as we turn our backs to the people who lack the things we take for granted. Seems our minds are slanted as we forget the population of our nation called poor. We just slam our doors, don't want to hear no more about the struggles in inner cities and also out. People with clout strut about, noses high up in the air, not even aware about the fact that tomorrow they asses could be there, but then you'll care. So let's talk about this struggle. Venture out of your bubble. People just want to eat, find a safe place to sleep, mind their business, not looking for trouble. Invisible people trying to survive in this jungle.
About this area, it's kind of sad, basically. It's kind of, some of the people are nice, but basically mostly the security around here.
This area here supposed to be safe because you have a lot of Caucasian people that's helping you, but the Caucasian people don't help you do shit. All they do is call the police.
Backstab, that's another one.
Some people like go and sleep in the park, which I think is stupid because, like, you know, in the park after hours, it's just like you're gonna get arrested, or anybody else that's in there doesn't want somebody, you know, it's somewhere people don't go. Like on the sidewalk, you know, the chances of somebody like setting you on fire while you're asleep or like kicking you or something like is down because you got cars driving by. You know, there's light, there's people. You know, it's like safer. I think that if you're like off in some secluded area, that's where something shitty will happen to you.
You go uptown, you might not wake up. You go past 110th Street, you might not wake up, so I'm not going that way. If anything, I'm not going to go down in 42nd Street. It's no further than the 110th to 59th.
But I don't know, there's like a lot of programs that are there to help people and stuff in the shelters and stuff like that. But the shelters, it's like, you know, why do I want to get put in a room with a bunch of crazy maniacs? You know, because half the people that are out here are like lunatics.
I feel more safe out here.
Oh, do you want to be inside or?
Nope.
You don't? You prefer being out here?
Yep.
What is it about being out here that you prefer?
Nobody bothers me.
People are like, oh, the sidewalk's dirty, but the sidewalk doesn't have lights, the sidewalk doesn't have bed bugs, you know, like, all you gotta worry about is the occasional roach, you know, but like, if you go to one of those places, you're gonna leave with bed bugs and lice and all kinds of other stuff, so why would you want to do that? And then you gotta worry about getting, like, robbed and all the stuff that comes along with that.
You know, I come to find out that when I was staying uptown, I come to find out there was only few sacred moments of peace, real peace, you know? Being around people of a similar ethnicity, you know? These people are all crazy, you know?
There was a little more violence uptown. It's safer.
Yeah. I mean, with the young kids on the street, they're all nuts, man.
You know, but that's New York. That's how it is here. Everybody's like crammed together, which I think is better and makes for a more tolerant person.
Homelessness is not something that is God-given. Homelessness is not the result of moral depravity of the poor. Homelessness is the result of policies, conscious policies, that are administered by the powers that be in this city and in this government.
There's not a whole lot Street House to offer. But the thing is, if I could find housing right away, if I could get my public assistance right away, I'd be good.
I want my own. And before Thanksgiving get here, if I gotta go do my own researching or find one of these crackers to help me, okay, I would like, if it ain't nothing but the pay, I would take the whole check just to be inside.
You know, the Goddard people said I wasn't homeless for long enough, so.
Yeah, okay. How long did they say you had to be homeless for?
I don't know, they said like chronically you have to be homeless for like 5 years or something like that.
Yeah, you have to have a homeless history of 5 years.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? Because the mayor talks about housing first, but yet they're telling you have to be out on the street for 5 years.
Yeah, I think that's awful. Like, I think that, like, you know, if you can solve the problem right when it starts, you know what I mean, then you got like a better chance of solving the problem. You know?
If it ain't nothing but a room this big, just from here to here, they can give me a room this big, and I'll just put everything on top of each other. I'll stack myself in there to where I want my own, a studio, anything. They can give me a room with a room without the bathroom size. Just give me something to keep me out of the street.
You know, like, if you could have just like, all they need is like small little like closet-sized spots with like, you know, a bathroom and a kitchen area, you know what I mean? And you could fit like a whole bunch of those on one floor. You know, something where somebody can have like storage under their bed, like a walk space next to the bed, like a small window and a bed. And like, you know, they could even loft it so there's more room.
They tried to get into my head and find out what my psychiatric issues was. I was victimized. And my psych issues were, the doctor said I had paranoid schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, right? But the thing is that it was induced by violence.
When I first came out here, I was 190. Okay? Until me and Mr. C became best friends.
Who's Mr. C?
Mr. C is crack cocaine. Okay? I don't do it. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. I do it. Okay? No need of me hiding what I do. I do it. Okay? But I'm getting tired of doing that because I have a hernia, I have cancer, and I'm still geeking.
And what my situation is, I'm going to reveal it because it is what it is. I'm HIV positive, but it's undetectable.
Tip your head up, dude. Let that out. Just like you didn't know I have cancer. Okay? But you know what? We two black, strong individuals. We gonna make it. We gonna be strong. We gonna live out. We gonna live out everybody. Okay? We gonna be the one at the table drinking and have a glass of champagne talking about we did it.
That's what I was saying. I came out and told her. I mean, she complied with like helping with bills. We went half, or she put certain amount, paid the bills. Bills were paid. Food stayed in the house. Laundry was done. When I was out there, my main thing, my substance was weed. I smoke weed faithfully, which I do sometimes while I'm out here. And right now, same thing what she do, Mr. C. Well, Miss C to me. Her is Mr. C. That's my girlfriend right now.
Homelessness can result from a complex set of conditions and circumstances which may require people to choose between food, shelter, and other basic needs. These circumstances may include domestic violence, medical or mental illness, addiction disorders, and a lack of affordable housing. In 2009, the U.S. Conference of Mayors Hunger and Homelessness Survey cites a lack of affordable housing, poverty, unemployment, low-paying jobs, and domestic violence as the top reasons for homelessness nationwide.
I'd like to give a special acknowledgement to all my fellow social workers, outreach workers, and case managers who work effortlessly to provide services for those individuals who are less fortunate and oppressed by the system. We can and we do make a difference.
Walking city streets with one coat on our backs as we turn our backs to the people who lack. The things we take for granted seems our minds are slanted as we forget the population of our nation called poor. We just slam our doors, don't want to hear no more about the struggles in inner cities, yo, and those are outcasts. People with clout strut about, noses high up in the air, not even aware about the fact that tomorrow their asses could be there. But then you'll care, but then you'll be aware that it's not fair, yo. So let's talk about this struggle. Venture out of your bubble. People just want to eat, find a safe place to eat. Mind the business, not looking for trouble. Invisible people trying to survive in this jungle. Invisible people trying to survive in this jungle. Trying to survive in this jungle, yeah.
Weekends is
Oh my. Oh, are you stupid? That's my coat. Are you look at you, idiot. Look at all them babies on my shit. Look at them. Look, you move on. They crawling. Yeah, you fool. The human fool. So that's garbage.
So imagine if I would have touched that with my hand. I don't know, whatever it was, I'm glad I didn't touch it with my hand.
Oh, God.
Sorry, sis.
The favorite bird.
I mean, excuse me, not sorry, I apologize.
Yeah.
I'm
Baby.
sorry.
I love you too.